Hi guys, welcome back to this concept-based YouTube channel to all my dear viewers. Today, I'll explain postulate that we left in yesterday. And the first postulate that we have, it is about straight line. And then moving on till the ends, it is all about the lines. Alright, now let us begin with postulate number 1. In postulate number 1, a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. This is the postulate that we have in number 1. But in order to understand all this, the thing that you need to know from this, it is the difference between line and line segment. That you have to know it first of all. If we talks about line, then it is the set of points which extended infinitely in both directions. This we call it as line. And in case of line segment is a part of a line which has fixed endpoint. That is, one will be in the right and one will be in the left, right? So this kind of part of line, we call it as line segment. Simply, this is the difference between line segment and line. Now, we can proceed it to this postulate number 1 after we understand about line and line segment. Then, let us start with postulate number 1 as we just read it out. It is a line. Actually, this postulate means that if we have a point, we can draw it from one point to another point and made it a line. So this is this is the only things which we can understand it from postulate number 1. Here we have A and B. Now let us suppose that these are the 2 points. By using these 2 points, you can join it and made it a line. Actually, this postulate means that if you have 2 points, you can draw it or you can join it from any one side, either from this or this, and made it a line, right? So this is all about the postulate number 1. Then let us move to the next postulate number 2. In postulate number 2, we can see that a terminated line can produce indefinitely. As we just explained about terminated or line segment, just before we explain this one, I hope you understand it. Now, let us explain this one, which is based on terminated line or line segment. Actually, in case of line segment, it will have this endpoint, and from this endpoint we can produce indefinitely, right? We can produce a line which is indefinitely in both the directions. First of all, we need 2 points. By using these 2 points, we can draw a line segment, and after we draw a line segment, we can produce a line in both directions, even in this as well as in this, indefinitely. So this kind of drawing a line segment and extending in both the directions indefinitely, this is actually meant by this postulate number 2, right? Then let us move to the next, which is postulate number 3. In postulate number 3, we came to see that it is a circle can be drawn with any center and radius, right? In order to draw a circle, the first thing that we need is radius, and followed by it is center, right? If you have these two, then you can draw any circle at any place wherever you want. Now, if I have radius, suppose I have radius of 1 centimeter, let me take it, and after that center. In case of center, actually in center, origin is 0, 0. Now, let me draw a circle. Here we have a circle, and actually we have radius. If you have radius, then this will be radius. And after that we have center. Where is center? This one, right? This one is center. Now if you have center and radius, these are, right? Then by using these two and using the help of compass, so you can draw it like this, then easily will form a circle, right? In order to draw a circle, actually, in simplest way in which we can understand this one, it is if you have radius and center. Let us suppose that this is center and this is radius. If you have this center and radius, then by using the help of compass or some other instrument, you can draw a circle. So this is all about the postulate number 3. Then let us move to the next, which is postulate number 4. In postulate number 4, we came to see that it is all right angles are equal to one another. In order to be equal, they'll have some points which is same in all of them, right? If the angles is 90 degree in a one triangle or in a one angle, and the angle in some other angle, the values of angle that we got in some other form, that is some other angle, that will also be 90 degree, right? Let us suppose that this is P and this is Q, and this point, let me name it as this as 0, and this is right angle. If it is right angle, then it is 90 degree, right? Then let me move to the next, which is here, let me name it as A, and this one is B, and this one is C. Actually, even in this, the angle that we got it is 90 degree again, and let us move it to the next so that we can clear it much better, right, about the concepts. Then even here, let me put it some names for this. Q, R, S, okay? Then the angle that we got even here, it is 90 degree. Now, by observing these three, you came to know that there is one thing which is similar or which is same in all the three things. The first that we got it is 90 degree, even here it is 90 degree, and even here it is 90 degree. So these are the things which is same in all these three cases. Thus, all right angles are equal to one another. Means this is POQ and this one angle ABC equal to, what is that? It is QRS. What is the value that they have? First, it is 90 degree, even here it is 90 degree, even here it is 90 degree. Just because of that, all the angles are equal. Thus, we can understand that postulate number 4 is about if they have a right angle, then they are equal to one another, right? Just like the one that we just expressed in this. I hope you can understand it. Then let us move to the last part, which is postulate number 5. In postulate number 5, we have, if a straight line falling on two lines make the interior angle on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of angle is less than two right angles, right? Actually, instead of explaining to the whole things, we'll just pick it out what is some important points or what is the basic for this. Actually, here we came to know that it is about, there is two lines. Let me name it as this. The first line that we have, let me name it as this one P and this one as Q, okay? And after that, we have another line which most probably which will pass in this direction, in these directions. Let me name as this one PQRS, okay? So these are the points. You can take it or you can choose it any other points. That's depend on you. And after that, we have a line, this one, we have a line, this, and R and S, and this is the points which they extended, right? But before that, there is one thing. This is another line in which it intersects these two lines, that is PQ as well as RS. Now, according to the statement, here we have one angle Let me name it as 1, and here we have another angle, 2 angle. Actually, both of these are inside this. Then I will call this kind of angles as interior angle. Now, as we all know that the sum of interior angle on the same side of the transversal, we call this one as transversal, is 180 degree. But in case of this, it will be less than that 180 degree. Thus, which means that the two lines are not parallel to each other. Then if there is no parallel, then at some points after this, the two lines will produce it or will extend it like this, and at the end they'll intersect or they'll meet each other at one point. So this is all about postulate number 5. I hope everyone can understand this. No doubt. Anyway, let us stop it to this, and if it is possible, then we'll continue it in the next class. Thanks to all my dear viewers. That's all for today. Wish you all the best.